This is Making Moves, and we're 50,000 Rand to invest in a business. 10 entrepreneurs will come face to face with our panel of judges to pitch for this investment.
I'm not convinced on where you're wanting to spend the money.
Your business could be in line to win this grand prize and our Money in the Bank series. Your business could be operating from home, the streets, or at a fancy office, normally from a bicycle. Oksalayo, we are looking for you. Only 4 entrepreneurs will make it to the final episode to pitch for that investment. Watch Making Moves every Monday, 2 p.m. on SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
So the store consists of different works of art. That's where I start doing t-shirts, photography and tattoos. But most basically, tattoos is the most profitable thing at my shop. But in a way, the reason I'm here and wishing that you can invest this in me is because of, with that 50 grand, this would change SA in a whole, you know?
Yeah. For the shop was the mobile.
Yeah.
So why would you stop it entirely if it was actually running? Why couldn't you do both?
There are many misconceptions about tattoos in black communities. Uma ngabe abantu abasha abaningi bona betattoo emzimba yabo, bayebebukwe njengabantu abangenayo imfundiso enhle. Vusi Makamo, a young self-starter and tattoo artist, wants to change that perception through his business, Art King Concepts. Since its inception 6 years ago, he has seen over 5,000 clients and still counting.
Greetings everybody, my name is Vusi Art King. I own a concept store in East Rand. I'm a tattoo artist. We do tattoos and a bit of photography, and we do unique tattoos because we're black and young, so you can hardly find artists like us around SA. You can usually find us at the shop, which is at Kosana 4-way Robots. We open like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and we usually take bookings for people who are booking for later times.
As you can see, hustle never stops. Also, my business way to nabonaba. Some of bega isinkwa etafuleni. Ngizobe ngichitha usuku nomlisa ke naye business lakhe laqala lisebenzela emgwaqweni. Namhlanje unesitolo sakhe asivulile esingekho kude kule ndawo lena ke engime kuyona. Lo mlisa lo yena ke usifundise yena ke mathupha ukwenza lo msebenzi wakhe wezandla. Yena ke phela ke uyi-tattoo artist. Ngizochitha usuku naye ngifuna ukwazi kabanzi ngebusiness lakhe. Ngiyazi ukuthi wena umuntu ozifundisile ukwenza lo msebenzi lo wenzayo wezandla nokudweba nale art weshayo. But yini yakwenza ukuthi ubone ukuthi yazi manje sekufike leso sikhathi la khona you can take leli talent enalo ul create wenze business ngalo.
Kushuthi into enza ukuthi ngithene into business in the art I'm doing. Ngingalahlekelwa abazali ngisakhulu yabona. So kulahlekelwa umama, ngilahlekelwa ubaba, kuyokwenza ukuthi situation ibe a bit tough. So bekumele ngenze something njenge-out elokishini. Mangithi ngiyabheka, I was someone who was doing art from a young age, yabona. So that's when ngaqala ngilandelela ukwenza art, started printing t-shirts until I came across this art yama tattoo. And then that's when I started doing the tattoos, learning from myself, you know, checking the internet, and checking YouTube every day, taking my lessons. And then in like 6 months I understand, and then I turned up to be a dope tattoo artist, yabona. Yeah. You can see there's artworks. We also have some bit of clothing that we sell. Yeah.
Okay, impahla iphathi business lakho na.
Yeah, it's part of my business. Brand yethu le KSG,
Yeah.
and then we've got so the guy who's designing it.
Wala.
Yeah.
Ngiyabona uphethe into zakhona lezi.
Yeah,
Ngiyazi
I design.
bayithi i-design leno ibeke emuntwini
Yeah.
before uqala umdweba ngithi.
Yeah, they call it a stencil.
Yeah,
You
baba.
just make a copy of the design you want to do, and then you trace it in. When you trace it in, ivela at the back, and then you're able to paste it on the skin before you even do the actual design.
Yeah. So le impahla lena kabanikele.
Yaka see Suzinhle, he's here for his tattoo.
So manje le tattoo ngaba imalini ke le?
I charge this for like 1.5.
1.5
Yeah.
le. Umsebenzi usikhathi singanani la?
It
Ngoba
takes like-
ngathi umsebenzi ke le.
It's a 30-minute session.
Ama price like aqala ngemalini ngamfethu ama tattoo?
We start charging from 250 when we have specials, doing them like maybe on month ends. But our normal prices, it's 300 for a small tattoo, which is like 10 centimeter. Maybe ufuna ukubhala igama, or you want to write a date of birth of your kid and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ila sisipanela ngakhona sikhokhona.
Sure, kula ngisipana khona la.
Yebo.
Sure.
So le tattoo yakhona ke mfethu sizoyibeka kuphi ke usystem?
Sibeka here at the back. You can take off the top. And then it's ovela, so I can also get the position and see how it appears.
Yeah.
Because back then, you know, people used to do tattoos doing them freehand, and the accuracy is not tight when you're doing like that.
Abantu bathini mfethu perception yabantu ithini mfana mabebona ama tattoo phala nayo so ne tattoo phala elokushini abantu bathini mfethu?
Ayishaye bayathuka mfethu. It was very strange because ama-tattoo akusinto abantu abamnyama abaye baba exposed kuyo sisakhula.
Yeah.
Into evela manje as young growing artists, we started venturing through kule journey of being tattoo artist. So other people will be like lento le ngathi nobusathane or something, but on the real sense of it maso uyibona tattoo yenzwa, there's no blood as people think ukuthi uzophuma igazi kuchitheke something, but there's nothing. You just have to do the art, you know.
Yeah.
Detail is made to it's made for this stencil to stick out ukuthi khona ukunamathela kule skin, and then it also helps to clean the place for anything that's maybe infectious or anything, you know. So that's why sebenzisa detail. And then this is how I paste the design. And then it goes like, then I squeeze it down, then so we say it's on skin.
Yeah.
Well, at Kings ngifanele ngayo, it was an event, it was a fashion show. So ngahlangana no Vusi ngambona vela yenza ama tattoos, and I love ama tattoos. And then one day I came here ngabheka umsebenzi wakhe, and then I love a dream catcher. My first tattoo, it was a dream catcher. And then ngayenza yona ngabona i-right and iyahila fast, azange aba nama complications. And then after lapho ngayenza futhi ngazoyenza is2 le ngiyenze la esandleni. Yeah, so this one is the third one.
No.
And then masay so say pelele. I'm just putting up a wrap, you know, because so it needs to be closed up almost like a wound, you know. So sure. So mele si vale, and then for an hour, she cover with the plastic, and then after an hour she can remove it, and then after removing it, she can wipe it with a damp cloth, you know, keep it clean, just like applicator and stuff, you know. Yeah. So I apply Vaseline almost every day.
I think let's start by being honest with ourselves. You really want to go and become a business owner?
Sukela ebunganeni bakhe uVusi wayenothando ke lezi zinto zokudweba neze design, kodwa ke umndeni wakhe wangakuzwisisi lokho. Kwase kwathi ngemva kokuthi yena ashiwe uma wakhe, kwamele ke lensizwa ikwazi ukusukuma izimele ukuze akwazi ukubeka isinko etafuleni.
Bokungekho lula uVusi makalahlekelwa abazali, including myself, because ulama mina, so automatically ngiye ngaba umama kuye. And nje mayebona mina ubona umama, and esikhathini esiningi kuba nesikhathi la abona khona ukuthi nami ngiyadlala indima yokuba umama kuye, but angifiki la umama would have, you know, la abekazofika khona.
My relationship with my mom, it's hard, man, because she passed away while I was still young. So it's hard for me to capture memories. I only have the memory of my birthday, you know, because that was nice, you know. So that's the memory I remember about my mom, you know.
So as umama kuye, I had to first now start loving what he does, and loving it was made easy by him because he will use me as one of his portraits. He will draw names zabantwana bami and put them on a t-shirt and surprise me with a t-shirt. So siyayamukela ukuthi mom and dad are not there. We just have each other and let's support each other's dream.
Bekahlala khona kuyo yonke into manginenkinga ngitshela yena vele ukuthi hey sister phela manje sengizama ukwenza so ngishoda la yabona kwezinye indawo angakhona ukwenza cause kumele aphinda sincede ngapha endlini same time kumele aphinda khona ukunceda nami yabona argument yethu nje ukuthi bengingafuni ukuyosipana yabona.
So being a mom, having a child, funa ukupursue such a dream engekho familiar to the environment okhule kuyo was not easy, but I never gave up on him. I believed ukuthi God knew why he made me a parent to him, and I stood by him because I had to understand the artwork on his body and all of that, and I'll shout another one another one, but yeah.
Character of Vusi, I would describe it ngithi artistic, is out of the box. Ngeke umbeke endaweni eyi-one. He's just spread out. Bathini lento le. He has a very long imagination.
Angeke ngazi kahle kahle ukuthi uVusi ubaba onjani yabona. But mina ngasho ukuthi hawu ubaba uhlala uringa ngabantwana bakhe yabona yabafrustana incosi zakhe. The reason sihlale sivukatile. Noma mina nginganamntana yabona. Uyasho ukuthi indoda phela sinabantwana yabona. Kumele senze sure ukuthi sibashiyela something. The fatherhood changed my life because you know when mangabuyi artist ukhula unama dreams apha, you always want to be part of something every day. So bengihlala busy every time, but when I started having a kid, you know, things changed because now I have to start spending time with my family.
I think it has brought him to be in order more. It's not just being a dad about providing all the needs, but the love, the spending of the time together, that is king for him. So they call him Art King.
The name Vusi Art King, it comes way back.
The name Art King is that I used to call people Abo King, and then when it comes to women, I'll be saying Queen, you know. So I was always in the arts. Like everybody knows, since I was a kid, I used to do shows, do small events. So they started combining that name of me calling people King, and then they said, are you the Art King, you know? Because every time you're always talking about the arts.
Vusi's strongest qualities is he's a leader. He has a lot of ambition.
Maye Funindo, he goes all out, all out. He believes in it, and he will make sure that he gives it life, and he brings it to life.
Ukusungula ibhizinisi ungenalo ulwazi olunzulu noma ke umuntu ozokunikeza izingcebiso lokho ke kwenza usomabhizinisi osafufusa azitholeke esendaweni elikhuni kakhulu. uVusi ngomunye ke balabo somabhizinisi ke labo ke nabo ke ababhekene nayo lenkinga le ngemva ukuthi asungule ibhizinisi lakhe 6 years ago. Njengamanje sestudio sethu uxoxisana noPepsi lapho khona ke mtshela kabanzi ngama challenges abhekana nawo njengoba ke futhi yena angenaye ke umuntu omnikeza izingcebiso lapha yana elokishini.
Ngicela ukulanda at the Making Move Studios. Ngizomeet uPepsi. I'm a bit nervous, but yeah, I'm just hoping this will improve my business and take me to another level.
In an effort to provide a reputable tattoo service to the people of the township of Katlehong, Vusi established Art King Concept Studio. 6 years later, the business is surviving on a hand-to-mouth basis, but it still lacks proper business systems and structures. And this is going to affect any future plans that he has to grow the business. Vusi, welcome to Making Moves.
Sure, Mr.
Sharp around now? I'm not sharp. Take a seat, boy.
Thanks, eh?
So,
Sure.
I like to start with the most basic question when I speak to every entrepreneur. Is the business profitable?
Yeah, it's profitable because I'm making a living out of it. Sure.
Okay, let's see if we define profitable in the same way. What's your definition of profitable?
Profitable, it means the business is making money to sustain itself, and it's also making money to sustain me as an employee to the business.
Okay, all right. How do you know that the business is making money?
Because I get clients and they usually pay, and I'm able to also buy other stuff that I need for the business and also for myself and in the house, you know? So I can see that at least I'm making money just like anybody waking up to work.
I know that you've got plans to open up a shop at Gandhi Square and to build on that. I'm concerned the minute you open up a shop over and above the studio that you have at Katlehong, the whole thing is going to fall apart. You've got no administration, you've hardly got a bank account, our invoice, you don't have accounting systems, you don't even have an administrator to take appointments. So if you're not there, the shop is closed, or there's another tattoo artist there. So now when you're running between two shops, how's that going to work?
I believe it's gonna work because khona is nayo, and then he trained since last year. Yenza my tattoos now.
Okay. Is he an administrator?
Yeah, he's been studying art in Newtown.
Is he an administrator? Does he collect money? Does he book appointments?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's where your problem is.
Yeah. So for that, my main problem was to get someone who's gonna work with me in that type of way. But when I'm moving to town, I believe in Gandhi Square. I saw UNISA is close to me. So I was like, I need to take part-time courses with business management, maybe there, because I'm going to be a bit closer. I realized that's a problem for me, but I don't think it can make the business fall, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think let's start by being honest with ourselves. You really want to go and become a business owner?
Yes, I do, because I believe if to me it was job-orientated, I wouldn't be in town, you know. I risk to rent for the shop town and try to build a shop there, because for me it was going to be like, right, let me just end it here. So for me, it's bigger than that. It's exploring in the tattoo industry. I've seen a tattoo convention as a SA. I didn't see a black guy there. So it also affected me. There's no tattoo artist who was able to attend that convention. But maybe it's because of we're in the locations, the lokshini, so they don't take us serious. So I'm like, Ting Fagi shop down in the CBD, whereby everybody will see my work and compare with if they go to that white studio and the black studio, what's the real difference? And are we doing good as young black tattoo artists? Or maybe are we still lacking a lot? So I was just pulling up a competition for us as young artists from the townships and stuff, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
The admin that comes with operating a business is annoying. There's a lot of it. And you'll have less time to ink, and you'll be spending a lot more time doing admin and running between two shops. Are you ready for that?
Yes, I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
So I'm going to send you off for a coaching session, and then once you've had that conversation, hopefully it will help you and guide you a little bit in terms of what you actually need to put in place. But you need to have a serious conversation with yourself and say, do I want to do this? Or am I happy just tattooing and being an artist? And making enough of a living for me to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
Vusi seems to be operating a lot more like a tattoo artist rather than as a business. He says he wants to operate as a business. I'm not sure that he fully understands what's involved with that. He needs to take steps to formalize his operation and start setting up proper business systems.
I'm expecting to get someone that I can explain to my problems, mostly when it comes to financials and banking. So I believe the person who's going to be coaching me is going to give me solutions and ways of how I'm going to work out through making that possible and applying that administrative to the business that I have.
There's so many different indicators that you can use as a barometer of whether you are successful or not, but only you can articulate that. So number one, I would say you really need to sit down and think about, where is this business going? If your vision is not clear enough, you have nothing to work towards. So I understand it is a legacy thing that you want to do, but what does that look like? What does Art King as a successful business look like? So when, as an individual, you need to be very clear on that. Are you talking about success in terms of financial resources? Are you talking success in terms of geographical expansion? There's so many different indicators that you can use as a barometer of whether you are successful or not, but only you can articulate that. So number one, I would say you really need to sit down and think about, where is this business going?
I believe it's important for me to have that vision as an entrepreneur, because I need to know what needs to happen in the future, you know. So it makes it easy for me to have short-term goals, medium-term goals, and those long-term goals, you know. So it makes me work towards that final vision I always dream about, you know.
He's a man with a dream. So there's no lack of passion. But he is a person who is driven by his craft rather than the business component. So he's someone who loves what he does and who'd like to take it further, but he just doesn't know how. So number one, you are now expanding. You are in Gandhi Square.
Yes.
And we need to track back a bit. Those kinds of decisions are usually informed by largely the financial resources in the business.
Yes.
And you have a challenge with that.
Yeah.
So tell me just briefly what your biggest challenge is in keeping records of your finances.
My most difficult problem in terms of keeping the financial records in the business, it's because almost everything I do it on my own, you know. I have to be there on the marketing side. I have to make sure the stock is always okay at the shop. At the same time, I have to tattoo. And sometimes you'll be tattooing maybe 4 clients, and then at the end of the client, you're exhausted, you forget to even write the others. So you end up spending a week not even taking records of the people you've tattooed, you know. So that gives me a problem. That's why I'm even thinking maybe I should get an administrative consultant, you know, who can help me out in terms of sorting out those problems.
Even if it's basic knowledge, even if you don't become a financial guru, no one expects you to, but you do need to understand the basics of your business, be it in your financials, your operations, understand the broad strategy. And then you are able to bring in people who have the necessary skill sets to take it to where you want it to go. Because if you don't have that knowledge, it makes it difficult to make really business-altering decisions if awazi where you are spending your money on. It impacts the kinds of services you offer, because how are you able to know what's bringing in more money? So hypothetically speaking, you can say, Guti, are you bringing in more money from your tattoos? But you haven't taken into account how much it's costing you to render that service. So the moment you start putting that record by yourself every single day, I would say you need to commit to every day, take 30 minutes at the end of the day where you jot down imali phumile ithini and how much money came in. And then at the end of the week, you have what? You have a record to look at. This is where I am this week. Next week, what can I start changing? So that umuntu that comes to help you with your finances does not find you blank. That's very, very, very important. And I think I can't stress that hard enough.
Yeah, I think I have the desire to run a business, and I believe I can run it because moving from a small container to having shops, and today I'm moving to town, you know. Even for me as a person without that knowledge of business, it gives me faith that I can do this, it's possible, you know, yeah.
And you do know the ultimate reason of why you are here on Making Moves is to pitch for that 50,000.
Yeah.
So tomorrow you have an opportunity to pitch to a panel of judges.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that needs to come out from you is really on, with that money, if you were given that money, what would you do that would change the trajectory of your business?
Yeah.
So what would have the greatest impact on taking the business as it is currently into a fully fledged business? So think about what makes you unique, why anyone would want to invest in your business, number two, and how that investment will translate into growth in whatever terms you term it in for the ultimate business.
The coaching session was nice. I think I've learned a lot by meeting Asanda because he made it clear in terms of how should I run a business and make it a business than an individual thing whereby I just make money for myself, you know. So it taught me a lot about that, yeah. Sharp, Mr. Siya.
Okahle?
Nah, ngimnandi.
Siyabonga Mr. Makamo.
Sure.
Ubuyile uzopitcha futhi Mtaba.
Uyazi.
Yeah.
Into zakhona,
Into zakhona?
Yeah.
Indoda kwangathi uyaqhaqhazela nje.
Nix angithukanga ngiredi mfethu.
Ready mfethu.
Yeah, into engizele vele.
Into ezelele.
Sure.
Upreparing for ipitch yakho Mtaka baba njengoba ama judges elindile ukuze ukuthi uzokhuluma ngani namhlanje.
Prepare to explain about myself, my business, and my capabilities of that. If I get a chance of getting the 50,000, I'll use it in a good way to grow my business.
Yebo baba.
Yeah.
Mr. Makamo, ngachithela isikhathi Mtaka baba ngoba kuthiwa ke isikhathi ngesingisi time is money. Bakulindile ngaphakathi mfowethu.
All right.
Ngifisela inhlanhla Mtaba.
All right.
Ungangena shona khona straight. Ehe.
Mavasani.
Sure. Sharp.
Nah,
ngimnandi.
all right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you feeling prepared?
Now I'm feeling prepared.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so I think you worked with Asanda yesterday. So
Yes.
you've met her. On my right is Martine.
Yeah.
And we are your 3 judges. And you've got 4 minutes to impress us and tell us about your business and why we should invest in it.
Yeah.
And then we'll ask you some questions thereafter. Good luck, your 4 minutes starts now.
Okay. My name is Vusi Art King, the founder of Art King's Concept Store. That's where I usually do my tattoos. It's a store I started 3 years back. So the store consists of different works of art. That's where I start doing t-shirts, photography, and tattoos. But most basically, tattoos is the most profitable thing at my shop. So as I'm here today, I'm presenting you my business that is profitable and it's worth it for you to invest in it. I recently have a shop in East Rand in Katlehong, whereby I started from a mobile. Which was just parked outside in a 4-way. And then from that mobile, I had a lot of clients coming through because I was doing different ways of marketing. I was moving through different events, different areas, promoting my work because the mobile was just movable to just ride it in a van and then go through different places. So from having that mobile, I negotiated with the person that I had placed the mobile at. It was in a fence, outside a fence, so there was a wall there, and then I had a chance to go and talk to the owners of that house, that how about I build a shop there. And then that's how the building of the shops started. And I invested something like 8,000 to the people owning that house to build a shop for me. So that's when I started building that shop, and then from that shop it grew to these shops, whereby I had to work and make sure that they are fully branded, they're hygienic, people are feeling welcomed when they pop in my store. So right now I'm in a situation whereby I'm having a situation whereby I want to grow. I want to grow the store and change it to something else, you know, because my reach out where I stay is so limited. Other people can't reach me where I am, and usually I push my marketing through social networks, Facebook, Instagram. So I have a lot of people from Pretoria, Soweto, even in town. So in such a way, I had an opportunity to get a shop in Gandhi Square, whereby I met up with guys who are developing properties, and then they offered me a shop there, which was like 3.5. And then I presented to them what I do, and then they just wanted to see if I'm able to do great work. And then I showed them some of my work that I do, and then they got impressed, and then they said I can enter in that shop. And then I paid something like 7,000 to utilize the space. Right now it's like 2 weeks since I paid the space, and it's still empty because I'm lacking furniture and everything. But in a way, the reason I'm here and wishing that you can invest in me is because of, with that 50 grand, this would change SA in a whole, you know. This would make my life easier because I'll be able to buy equipment, I'll be able to stock in shelves, I'll be able to brand the shop in town like I did in the one in the township. I'll be able to be one of the first black tattoo artists to own a shop in town. As last year I saw a tattoo convention, even this year it was hosted. There were no black people in that competition, so it held me bad. That's the reason I always persisted to move in town. So this year I'm having that opportunity, and great enough, in 2 weeks of me renting that shop and then making move pops into my shop, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is just God's work putting me in platform, you know, because right now I'm in a situation whereby I'm trying to raise funds to put in and make sure the shop is working proper. So now I'm given a chance to present to you about getting the 50 grand.
Your time is up, Ochiakane.
Yeah.
A few questions, ne? The first thing is your lease.
Yeah.
Damo Spanalanting in Katlehong.
Yeah.
How secure is that? You've spent money, you've developed the property.
Yeah.
I see how it belongs to somebody else. How
Yeah.
secure is that lease?
The lease in Katlehong, we've made a contract of 3 years, whereby I pay rent in 3 months up front. Every 3 months I pay for 3 months up front. So everything is in good conditions.
Have you got an actual
Documents.
lease?
Yes, I do have documents.
Okay, so you do have an actual lease.
Yeah, I do have an actual lease.
My other question is around this mobile.
Yeah.
Nespana before,
Yeah.
you were using the mobile, you
Yeah.
were taking it to different places. Why aren't you still using the mobile?
I decided that the mobile has a lot of load when I have to carry it. I have to hire a van because I don't have a van. So I ended up buying those stretch tents that you buy from Macro, which they like one room, you just cover them around, and then they transparent, people can still see inside. So with that I can just carry bags and then get to an event and set up that one room, have my banners outside and advertise, which is less effort for me, which makes it easy for me to go in different places without hiring a lot of things.
So are you still pitching at events? And
Yes, I still
do. You actually get to do work at events? Do people come for tats at an event?
I don't actually do tattoos at events. I just tell them information, the information of the shop, and how much do I charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Martin?
With all of these things going on, how are you going to split your time as to where you're going to be when? I'm just concerned about that because there's only one of you, right?
Yeah. I have a person that I've trained since last year. This year, so he's coming up well, he's good, he's getting on my standard. So right now he's left at the shop in the township while I'm busy trying to renovate the shop in town. So the only thing that I was lacking was administration. So I felt like if I get a chance to get the 50 grand, I'll get an administrative consultants agency and then try to talk to them in terms of how they can help me in terms of managing my bookings, my financial books, and other administrative stuff in the business.
Asanda?
Currently, people are coming to your business because Vusi is going to be doing the tattoo. So how will you balance that transition from you being the business to actually now growing the brand of the business so that other people are able to do what you are doing?
In that case, I decided that I was doing tattoos as an individual, so I had to change it and make Art King a brand. That's when I said it's Art King's concept store. So every time when I post my work, I'm always like, hey, I just did this, I'm getting better at what I do. So for me to change that individualism or making tattoos a hobby for me that I make money through and changing it to business, it will need me to make Art Kings a brand that people will rely on, besides looking at who's the artist in that shop. But know that when they say Art Kings, they do best tattoos, and everybody could have that trust, which when I go to Art Kings, I know I'll get a better tattoo, even though he doesn't know the artist. So meaning in all my promotions, I should avoid posting who did this tattoo, but I should just promote Art Kings did this work, Art Kings did this, Art Kings did this, until it sinks to people's brains that Art Kings is the main brand that's doing all the work, not Vusi.
I think that's all the time we have for questions. Mavusana, we'll call you back in a few minutes.
Okay,
shucks.
I believe my pitch went well this afternoon. Even though I'm not a good person when it comes to talking, I'm always a guy with the pencil or with the tattoo machine. So when it comes to explaining stuff, I'm not good, but I tried all my best because there was nothing I had to hide or to try and lie about. I just had to be myself and tell them the truth. So I believe everything went well.
You guys are both charmed by my Vusana. So I'll start with you, Asanda. What are your thoughts?
I like the presentation. I mean, he clearly understands his business, and looking at also the numbers, what he wants. I mean, he didn't get a chance to clearly articulate it to us, but he knows what he wants to use the money for. And for me, it's not just about him. You know, this whole thing about really creating this legacy as well is quite important. So I like Mavusana.
But
Sure, that's it.
wala sikhokho sakho.
Mnandi.
Pitch yakho beyiza kamnandi?
Yeah, iva grand, even though
Yeah.
ngajwayele ukukhuluma, so this was almost one of my first presentations.
First presentation Ntaba?
Yeah.
But boza kahle na until insimbi yakhala but isikhathi siphelile usathi uyachaza lapha nalapha.
Yeah.
Ucabanga ukuthi lokho kuzoaffecta kanjani outcome yayo yonke into?
I believe umsebenzi wami uyazikhulumela, uyabona? Mina vele ngumuntu we-art, so I believe everything is just a work of art. Explanation, if there's a picture in it, it doesn't need to be that long, you know? You just gotta check my work and see what I've done without funding, so you can be sure with funding, I'll proceed proper, you know? Yeah.
The way that he wants to work it. I mean, you know, the Wildfire group of stores is very successful. They're extremely successful because they don't only do tattoo art. They do piercings, they do... So the scope of it for this brand is quite scalable. And there's a lot of young people that are artists that... I mean, I was just at the art exhibition in Soweto a few weeks ago, and they were encouraging, you know, body art and all of those types of stuff. So it's up and coming. And it just makes space for artists to move into that element as well, and not just restrict themselves into the genre that they are trained and developed in. So I like Vusi as well. Yeah.
I like Vusi. Yeah, I also like Vusi. I think that his pitch was strong. He's got a cool business. It's not really a business yet, but I see where he wants to take it. I feel like if you were to give him money, though, he'd need some assistance. He needs some support and some mentorship in terms of where to best utilize that money. He's come up with some nice ideas in terms of where he wants to place it, but just managing that. Like, he needs some help with admin.
Yeah.
That's his biggest area. And I suppose one person can do that.
Yes.
Just handle the admin and handle
And
the
it can be an
thing.
outsourced, shared, you know,
Possibly.
resource. It doesn't have to be somebody that's in the business every single day of their lives. It could be someone that's working with quite a few entrepreneurs, etc. So he needs to go and look at what he can find.
Ake sibone ukuthi kuhamba kanjani kuma ungena ngalena sizo ukuthi umphumela uthini bhuti wami ne.
Alright.
Ngifisela inhlanhla bamakama.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you nesikhulu sami. Awu ngashona khona mfethu.
Mavasana?
Sure, Pips.
Sure, Ntwana. So on a scale of 1 to 10, uvaenjani?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right. No, I like a man with confidence. Yeah. So we'll give you some feedback. I think I'll start with Asanda in terms of what was your thinking and what feedback have you got for him?
We've established that you are a good artist and there is room for you to grow in this space. And I think for me the most important part is understanding that you understand the potential that exists for you in this space. So it's really now about, we'll talk about it, what you can be doing to be even better, but most importantly to now channel yourself as a business to gain that traction.
Okay, Martin?
Yeah, for me, I mean, there's such a lot of opportunity in your space at the moment. What I'd like to see is, you just paying attention to more avenues of business and just be more structured about it, right? To know that, number one, this area of my business is my cash cow, so I'm putting so much time into that, but I'm also not closing myself off to these elements of the business that can actually assist with the operating costs, all of those types of things, because you've just increased your operating costs now by taking up new premises, etc., etc. And listen to the market, listen to what they want. The fact that the photography is not working is because the market is not interested in photography. Yeah. The market is interested in something else. So find what it is and bring those elements on board. Okay.
So I think we've got a few things that we'd like you to look at doing, and there are specifically 3 tasks. The first one is to do research, both for the Katlehong store and also for what you want to do at Jozi. Yeah. Because what you need to try and take a look at is to see what other services you can add. So, we were talking and Martin was saying things like piercings and those kinds of things that people typically do in a tattoo shop. Yeah. So go and look at places that you want to be. Go and be inspired, right? Yeah. So at least go and see 3 or 4 places and come back with ideas that can help you improve your business. That's the first thing. The second thing in terms of research is also find what else will work. Photography studio is not working. It's not going to work. Forget about it. If it hasn't started working now, just leave it. What else is going to work there? And what else is going to feed your business? And then the admin. That needs to happen urgently. Urgently. And you don't have to pay a lot of money for it. You just need one person that's ready, willing, and able, and is willing to grow with you. So maybe they'll work for very little money right now, but there's an agreement in place, maybe profit share, those kinds of things as they grow.
Yeah, true.
And then the third thing was a mentor. You have to find a mentor, formally ask them to be a mentor, and ask them for advice and get input from them. They don't necessarily have to. In fact, I would suggest that it's not somebody in the tattoo business. It's not another artist.
Totally.
It's got to be a business person that can help you out with thinking around admin, around business principles and that kind of thing. Right? I'm a big believer that artists can be business people.
Absolutely.
And artists can work and build successful businesses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
As long as they've got the proper support around them and they recognize what they're weak at and what they're strong at, and they plug in the areas that they're weak at.
Yeah, true.
Martin, what's the way forward?
Okay, so we've discussed, and it was a tough discussion. We're bringing you back, so you need to go and do those 3 tasks and do them really well, and just come and prove to us that we haven't made the wrong decision in taking you forward, and we wish you all the best.
Nah, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks. The lessons that I've learned since I've been here is that I should really start taking business seriously, avoid making it something that's individually for me, and start making it grow as a brand of Art Kings, And I also learned that there's a lot of people interested in what I do,
people, they really appreciate the work that I do. So yeah, that's a lot, eh? Yeah.
Igama lami uMdumiseni Mantengu. Igama lekhampani yami uMtsombosi Trading CC. Sidonsa ingodo la kwasiyaqhubeka Mondi. Sinethenda nabakwaMondi. Amanye ama-truck adonsa i-sugar cane. Ayiletha la umfolozi ematubatuba. Sidonsela ama-small growers, abantu abansundu. Siqale ngo-97. Sangena kuyithimba ngo-2002. Ngesikhathi saqala ngangivele ngisebenza ngedwa nje kungakabonakala ukuthi kuya phambili noma kuyeke emuva. Ibhizinisi vele ithatha isikhathi ukuthi ubone ukuthi iyakhula noma imile noma ishona phansi. So ke sabona ukuthi esibesikwenza kwakwenzeka kube ngconywana. Sibone ukuthi iprofit iyangena noma kukhona ukunzima lapha nalapha. Abasebenzi enginabo ngithi bawu-30 abala kwi-trucking sebehlangene ne-workshop abasenze workshop no-control ama-ofisini nabo bahlangana kuwo lo 30.
When I started this side, I specialized mostly on the operations, dispatching of the trucks in terms of zones where we're loading. My role has slightly changed over the years, where I've dealt in terms of the tendering of contracts, rate negotiations and adjustments. So in that scope, that's where my role has kind of grown from when I started 6 years ago. Yeah.
Siqala ukusebenza nethala siqale ngo-97. Bangithengele ugandaganda kokuqala ngangiqala nje nqa ukuba nesikweleti empilweni yami. So ngawukhokhela ngangisebenza ama-cutting flat silima ugodini. So ke ngagcina sengiqhubeka nokulima right through ngase ngigcina sengithenga kama-truck ngathengelwa yilona ithala. Kuzobe manje vele cishe ama-truck nje sengiwathengelwe ithala empilweni yami awu-6. So ke usiza kwabo nje kwenza umehluko ngoba ne-interest abasinika yona iyakwazi ukuphefumula kanti bakahle futhi abafuni deposit bona. Manje ususebenze nabo isikhathi eside angikhumbuli impela ngiyikhokha i-deposit. Thatha nje truck hambe ngiyosebenza qala installment after 2 months or 3 months qala installment 1-2 ngiqhubeke naso one way.
If you are an entrepreneur and would like to be featured on the show, contact us on makingmoves@sabc.co.za or visit our website